One of my own kids plays music that is inaccessible to me, and which, you know, I keep trying to remind myself that I was pushing Elvis Presley to people who thought he was awful, and pushing Bob Dylan to people who thought he was awful, and so on. But now I'm totally convinced that what my son is doing is awful. This is all different. And I'm not very supportive of it. Your mother is? She must have had some doubts.
When I first started, and she, you know, when I first cut my hair and cut my cowboy boots and wore the clothes that I wore, I'm sure she would have much preferred. Am I killing you with my garlic? I just thought of that. I had
killing me softly with your garlic.
Killing me softly with your garlic.
No.
I wish I could play it.
Well, you can.
I couldn't.
Do it.
No.
It's hard to keep you linear, k.d.lang.
Well, it's hard to be linear in a planet that's not too linear. Anyway, where were we, Pete?
We were back with before the garlic breath and the linear planet.
Yes.
We were back with your mother and dealing with the fact that your music and your style.
Oh, yeah,
the sentence began when I first cut my hair and cut my cowboy boots.
Well, I'm sure when I first started that she would have much preferred to see someone like Anne Murray. Now, not Anne Murray when she started, because Anne Murray was a little more outrageous then than she is now. But is that what happens when you get older, Pete?
I don't know yet, Kathy.
Okay. Okay, anyway, yes, my mother, I'm sure, wished I would have been a little bit straight, but I think sincerely, now we're being serious now again, I think sincerely that she is very proud to have someone that is willing to take chances, willing to be different, that is secure with himself, and has enough self-confidence to do that. And I think that's part of her upbringing, too.
More pictures.
Yes.
Well, this is the miracle, the double exposure.
This is the double exposure.
Well, that's
how it happened, I don't know.
Well, it's a work of art. How is that? Oh, now, how old is she there?
She is
6 months.
6 months exactly, because I remember when the picture was taken, we were at a wedding down in Seattle. And this is scenery taken along the way, and that's Kathy when she was ready to go to the wedding.
She looks ready to go to the wedding. She was, you know what you
She was beautiful.
Actually, she was.
Yes,
but you would think that anyway.
Well, yes, a little biased, but...
What if I were to look at that and say that I could predict from looking at this child she was going to be a superstar of the Canadian entertainment business? What would you say? What was she like at that age?
She always loved entertaining.
Even at
always,
this age?
Always, yes.
How?
Not singing necessarily, but she liked to do things to be at the center, sort of, you know.
From the very beginning?
From the very beginning. She was a performer.
If you had to put 2 adjectives to her as a child, what would those adjectives be? How would you describe this extraordinary little 2-year-old?
2 adjectives. Can I use 3 words?
Sure.
Full of surprises.
Oh, yeah?
Always full of surprises.
I'll tell you a story. My dad got them. My dad was the mentor behind the Consort Alberta postcards.
Yeah?
Yep. The Langs have always been entrepreneurs.
Her hometown, Consort, Alberta, is about 1 hour's flying time southeast of Edmonton. Going home with this young madcap was full of little surprises.
Holy mackerel, kiss the ground.
Your boots fell off.
Well, this is even better than the first one.
k.d.lang, Kathy, was raised here by her mother, Audrey, until she went away to music college in Red Deer. The Langs used to own the town's only drugstore, and Kathy was determined to show it to me.
Canadian dance. This is where you shove your feet right there.
Postcards.
Yeah.
No, come here. Look at this one is Consort.
This is it.
Consort, Alberta, the hub of the travel wheel.
I got it here too.
See?
This is what we saw from the plane.
I know, this is my house here.
The town stops here now.
No.
In this picture.
Yeah, but
now it's built up around here.
Yeah, and down here too.
Later on, when I'm sitting with your mother, we're going to be looking right out there to that water tower.
That's right.
Yes, that's a standing joke in our family.
It's a standing water tower in Consort.
Well, it wasn't always standing quite so firmly. It blew up one.
The water tower blew up?
Yeah. Well, I'm exaggerating. The top blew out.
While Audrey Lang and I stayed warm in the kitchen, Kathy went riding with a couple of friends.
Got my rubbers on there. Yeah, they're good. Now be good to me. I'm on TV, okay?
Mark and Katty Lay live on a ranch just outside of town. Mark won the steer wrestling championship at the Calgary Stampede last summer.
See, now he says, did you bring a rope? Yeah.
Audrey Lang shared the memory of a very traumatic time in both their lives, when a young musician, fondly called Drifter, Kathy's dearest friend and soulmate, met a sudden and violent death.
I liked him. She used to bring him home weekends, or when they had days off or something, and they would, of course, do the music thing. Here I'd have music all weekend, because he was very musical too. And he went back to Ontario, and she really missed him. I could see it. She just almost grieved, you know, to have him back here. And he came back, and he wasn't here maybe 2 weeks until this tragedy took place.
He was killed in
A brawl.
a brawl on the road.
A foolish brawl. And you know, I guess it was all the more tragic because he was a gentle person. You know, just you loved him when you met him because he was so kind and gentle and considerate of others and the type who wouldn't hurt anyone. But it happened,
And yet that night she sang.
she went walking. She told me. It terrified me after. I heard her tell me that she was in Jasper, and she sang, and then she left and walked through the mountains all alone for hours, I guess. It really frightened me to think that she'd done it, but I guess it helped her.
But she got over that.
She got over it.
Well, it's not
Well,
got
yes.
over it, but
And, you know, it was strange that afterwards she phoned me the next day, and it seemed to be Kathy consoling me, you know, supporting me because I was so smitten by what had happened. And she said, "Mom, you're a Christian." She says, "You know that Drifter's all right now." And she says, "You know it's the other fellow we've got to pray for." So she was able to handle it better than I was. Tremendous. And
you know where that comes from? That strength comes from?
No, I don't.
You?
Well, I don't know if I've got that kind of strength. I've been through lots of tough times, I can tell you, but and you know, I'm sure her dad has too. And, but I can't answer you. I don't know where she got it. I don't know where she got that. I don't know where she got her talent or her personality. I suspect it's a good combination of genes, maybe.